Yo, what up? It is the 11th of June 2024. It is currently 10:51 p.m. on a Tuesday. And I don't have anything to say. So, just gonna get into the day proper, I guess. Now I'm gonna play today a little quickly. I'm on a soft time limit. Basically, like, if I don't get done fast enough, then I'll have to make a cut, because I have to do something at a specified amount of time, which doesn't leave me much time. Today, it's like less than a usual episode time, so unless I can go ultra fast, which I'm currently not doing because I can't run through my flowers, then, I probably won't make it, but I guess we can see. Let's ultra quickly talk to Tangy. I'm gonna have to read everything on a fast pass, like this. I think this effort makes me look super adorable, don't you? You do? Yeah, that's really totally awesome. See? It's not that hard. In fact, she was probably talking that fast anyway. That's the canonical talking speed that she had in that conversation. Alright, we're gonna water everything as fast as we can. Having to make an edit sounds like that's like a 2-second thing, but after you put it through I have to put the video through another app and then export that, which takes time. Time that I'm almost not ready. According to that, I got from the happy room to my room, must complete the coordinate. She gave me 420 points. I guess cutting his jaw would take a lot to catch on. I know being judged by going blow off like a maniac. He has a flea on him, by the way. Water the flowers. Maybe all my commentary should just be as fast as possible. And we're gonna go up here and we're gonna see if Cube is in his house. Cube is indeed in his house. We're gonna have to go inside. This wastes a little bit of time because of the time transition between going through a doorway. You have to fade to black, and then you're gonna have to fade it back out, and then you're gonna have to talk to him, and then you're gonna have to do the same thing on the exit, and then you're gonna say hello to Cube, and it looks like Cube is just a little bit tired today. And we're gonna ask what time he's going. Do you think fish have personalities like the sea bass? Yeah, but they're really nice, and I'm just next to you. I've got an idea. Want to compete to see who can catch a really nice fish first? The sea bass looks really nice in the sandwich. Not right now. Really? Well, that's a problem, bacon bits. Yeah, well, so we're gonna leave. I'm sorry that we've made Cube upset, but that's just how it's gonna be because I really do not have time to catch fish today. And we're going to go outside, and it looks like there's some flowers outside of Cube's house that need to be watered. I really think that Cube should just water his own flowers, but I guess it's my responsibility because I planted them in the first place, but maybe I didn't plant them in the first place, and maybe they should be Cube's responsibility. And then on the other hand, why do I even care about flowers that aren't mine? Maybe I should just let Cube have his garden wilt because he's not taking care of his own flowers, but then again, it makes the town prettier, and he's very close to me in proximity, so really I should be watering his flowers so that I look better by association, or at least that I look good by association because he's so close to me that it kind of, his influence spreads over to me. But I'm watering these flowers up here, and these flowers were planted by me, so this is really fully my responsibility. But in a sense, these are sort of the town hall's flowers because they're right outside of it, and it's, I'm going to read the bulletin board. I'm going to see what's written on the bulletin board. And it looks like the bulletin board doesn't have anything new on it, but we got to remember that this Sunday is the bug off, and I got to make sure that I got to be a good time for the bug off. And there's a chance that it won't be because a couple of days before that I'm going to be having my wisdom teeth surgery, which means that I might not be waking up on the correct time, and I might not be able to wake up between 12 p.m. and 6 p.m., which isn't a very long time, considering how many hours there are in a day and how my varying schedule of waking up every day, and considering the fact that I usually play very close to 11 p.m., which is the final time I'm able to play anyway. It probably isn't very likely the fact that I'll be able to catch the bug off on time, but I guess we'll see when that happens. But speaking of the shops closing, I actually have to go there now because I just realized that it's almost about to become 11 p.m., which I don't have enough time to do everything in the day before I visit the shops first. We're going to have a look and see what's inside. Now, given the fact that we didn't see anything on the notice board, we can assume that there's no spotlight item today, so we're just going to have to walk up and see if there's anything of the 3 items that we have left to complete our catalogue of the furniture items. Which, there's a good chance that these items are not here, but it's always worthwhile to check because there's always a chance that they can appear, hence why I make the effort to check every day, but it looks like they're not here today, so we're going to go down and we're going to go to the Able Sisters, and the Able Sisters might have clothes. Now, see, it's a good chance that they have new clothes because it's just flicked over to summer, which I have a decent amount of clothes missing from that list of items, so I'm going to have a look inside and see if there's anything that I don't have, and I won't have really enough time to check the items individually based on their name, so I'm just going to have to give a glance and see if I've got the item based on of appearances alone, which might fail me because I'm not actually 100% sure on every single clothing item just off the appearance, but I can make the initial assumption, and it looks like all 3 of these items I have, including the hat and the umbrella and the mask, because I already have all the umbrellas and I already have all the masks, and I have most of the hats already, so that's not really something that I really check for anyway. It's mostly just the clothes. Now granted, I do have some hats missing, but there's not a substantial amount of them, so I usually will recognize if there's one that I'm missing. Anyhow, now it's back to our usual schedule of going around and getting the flowers and talking to the rest of the villagers that I haven't spoken to yet. Now, we need to speak to Marina, Antonio, Pango, Tangy, oh wait, we talked to Tangy actually, Buck, who I don't really like, and Pango. I already said Pango, so I guess we're going to talk to Pango twice, but I don't really have time to talk to Pango twice, so I guess that's not really something worth anyway. I'm not going to dig up that hole because that hole is going to waste time and there's not really anywhere worth it digging out the hole unless it's a gyro, in which case it might be nice, but then again, there's a good chance that it's a gyro that you have, considering that you have about 100 gyros compared to the 130 that exist in the game. Granted, like I said about the furniture, it's always worthwhile to check the gyros because there's always a chance that you're getting a new one. I hear a buzzing sound right now, but I'm pretty sure the buzzing sound that I'm hearing right now is actually a mosquito, which is very easy for me to mistake for an actual UFO that flies past with Gulliver, and there's no other visitor today, so it very well could be Gulliver, but I'm pretty sure it isn't. But I'm pretty sure it's just a mosquito, which has been something that's happened to me a lot today ever since it hit summer and the mosquitoes started over here. Anyway, let's go inside and see Peewee's house, and let's see how Peewee's doing, and let's see if there's anything Peewee has to say that's interesting, or anything that takes too long, because if it takes too long, then it's going to waste more time. But it looks like Peewee doesn't have anything particularly interesting to say at the moment. Oh, you look good, how about I'll give you a Pops quiz? I don't really want to participate in a Pop quiz, but I guess we're participating in a Pop quiz anyway. We're going to say courage, and we're going to say, the next answer we're going to say, oh wait, actually we just got the whole thing correct, which means we get a Persian wall. Which that wastes a little bit of time because we had to get the item given over to us, along with the fact that we had to enter his house and exit his house, which both take up time respectively. But that's okay now we've gotten through Peewee, so we only have a couple of people left to check. We also have a couple of flowers left to check. We haven't even gotten to the other half of the town yet, and it's already been 7 minutes. Granted, I have around 12 to 15 minutes worth of time here, so I'm down about 5 minutes left until I've run out of time. Let's quickly see what Marina has to say here. It looks like Marina's having a nice day with a flamingo in her house and a lamp in her house and a clothes at the side. Hey, Smoky, you want birch flooring because I've got a spare? Yeah, sure, I'll take that. Actually, I probably should have said no because that would have given me less dialogue afterwards and less time because she wouldn't have given her the birch flooring to me. Maybe she would have insisted that I should have the flooring and would have given it to me anyway. I guess we can't know for sure because now I've already made the decision. There's no going back, and it would be nice if we could go back and fix our mistakes, but sometimes we can't fix our mistakes. Surely, if I was able to do that, I'd probably go back and play this earlier, so I wouldn't have to be speaking so quickly right now to make sure my commentary is quick to match the fact that my gameplay is very quick today. We're going to pick up a clover. It'd be bad if that was a 4-leaf clover, and luckily it wasn't, because that would have wasted a lot of time. Now we're going to water these flowers in the rainbow garden. It looks like the rainbow garden's looking very nice today. There's only a couple of flowers that are actually out today, including this Jacob's Ladder, which isn't even actually supposed to be there. It's also called a Lily of the Valley, but I call it a Jacob's Ladder because it's called a Jacob's Ladder in this game, but it's actually called a Lily of the Valley based on what the flower actually is. A Jacob's Ladder actually has nothing to do with it. I'm pretty sure it's very thorny instead of the hanging fruit that this is. I don't know why it's called a Lily of the Valley, but I suppose it might be because it's a lily that might appear of a valley. I don't know what constitutes as a lily because it almost looks a bit like a tulip on the side. I'm not 100% sure because I really don't know that much about flowers. Personally, I've never really understood flowers very much because they're a very weird thing. It doesn't really make sense from a nature perspective. I suppose the only thing that benefits from the existence of flowers is bees, and bees are a very small thing, so you wonder why the whole world is around human Tangy. It's so adorable. They're in the same organic mode. Good Java Club. Not that there's anything suspicious about that, Snoof, right? Anyway, as I was saying about bees, you'd think that bees wouldn't be as important in nature as they are, but considering that the only thing that really has any relevance to flowers other than maybe hummingbirds, which are also a very small animal, you would wonder why flowers are such a big thing in nature. Maybe nature wants to be beautiful, but we don't really know because nature doesn't really have any motives because it's just nature and it isn't really an actual thing or with emotions or with emotion with there's a Jacob's Ladder then here with water and we've already established the fact that I call it a Jacob's Ladder when it's actually a Lily of the Valley, but it's just a sort of thing that's stuck in my head and it's kind of hard for me to dissociate. In fact, I find the name Jacob's Ladder is a lot nicer to say than Lily of the Valley because Lily of the Valley is a bit of a mouthful. Even me saying it right now kind of sounds like a mouthful. Lily of the Valley, Lily of the Valley, Lily of the Valley. I guess it's not that bad considering I was able to say it 3 times quickly like that, but it wasn't as fast as I would probably be able to say it fully. I was just sort of holding myself back a bit so I could enunciate properly. Speaking of enunciating properly, I'm not really doing so right at the moment because of how fast I'm talking and I'm really coming up with everything I'm saying on the spot, which is why I've made take so many pauses. Yog, why can't I find a moth? Maybe I should roll in Bell and just I don't know where to find those. Looks like Antonio is struggling to find a moth, but didn't try to ask me to compete to find a moth, which means I guess he doesn't want to find a moth that badly, otherwise he probably just would have gotten me to do it instead. Granted, I'm not really confident in catching a moth, and I wouldn't have done for him anyway. There's actually a moth up here near the lights, which is where Antonio should be looking because moths are attracted to the light. I don't know why moths are attracted to the light, because that doesn't seem like something that would be particularly helpful, but then again, it seems that way because of the fact that we as humans don't created light for a specific reason, whereas bugs don't have a reason for light other than stuff like the sun and possibly safe things. So I'm not 100% sure why moths have an attraction to light, but it's kind of a weird phenomenon. Anyway, it looks like I've talked to just about everyone except for Buck, who I don't really want to talk to anyway, but I guess in the spirit of this, I'll talk to him because he's a villager in my town, and I kind of want to talk to him. I'm going to see what he's going to say. Yo, I've got a question for you. If you do with the perfect muscle tone, it's probably this one because it's the default option. You have no idea about muscles, don't you? To know muscle, you have to think like muscles. You go, hey, try doing softball until you can barely move and come talk to me. Now, I'm not going to go to the rooster there because it's a little bit of a hassle to go there, and it also takes up time that I don't need to waste. But I am going to go straight to my bed because I'm kind of pushing the limit on how much time I've got left. So I'm actually just going to run straight there. And so it looks like it's just about it. It's going to be about it for today. And I'll finish on my intro while I'm running there because as soon as I get into bed, I'm going to press save and quit and then leave. It was a pretty good day today, especially fast. It was very fast. It was probably one of the fastest days I've ever had, especially because of how many things I skipped and how many things I did particularly quickly, like talking to all the villagers and not accepting any favors. So yeah, that's going to be about it today. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow. I'll probably not be as fast as I was today.